What's up, guys? Welcome back to New York Jets franchise. If you missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. We played the Dolphins and the Cowboys, and if you can see on the top of the screen there, we lost to the Dolphins, but we did end up beating the Cowboys. I kind of blew that game against the Dolphins. The Cowboys game ended really weirdly. The Cowboys just essentially were like, "Hey, we're just going to give you the win" at the end there, but it doesn't matter. We'll take a win any way we can get. But now, this week, we're going to be doing week 6 and week 7 versus the Broncos and then versus the Panthers. And then next episode, after this one, will be the trade deadline episode because it'll be weeks 8 and 9. So, start to get an idea of sort of who could be traded, who could we keep, especially if we lose both these games. And then we're looking at 2 and 5. But if we win both these games, I don't know, we could be a sneaky, 2 and 3 is not a bad start. But fortunately, we are towards the bottom of the league in the AFC. We are currently the 13th team in the AFC. Our division right now, New England is currently first at 4 and 1. Miami and Buffalo both at 3 and 2. We actually beat Buffalo. So we've beaten Buffalo and we lost to Miami. So currently we are 1 and 1 in conference or in divisional matchups. But now we have the Broncos today. It's a Tottenham Hotspur game, but look at this. The Broncos have the top scoring offense and the second best passing offense. Look what our defense is specifically bad at. It's specifically bad at scoring defense and the worst in the league at passing defense. So right now the matchup's looking like this could get ugly very quickly, but we do have the second best running game in the league. Our offense is kind of average outside of that. Defense is really bad right now. We're towards the bottom of the league in almost every single ranking probably. But we need to win this game to be 500. But we'll check out the first mock draft here. The Bears are projecting their 1 overall pick, and they could be taking Devin Kendricks, D tackle from Ohio State. Now, if you remember, this is a really good defensive line class. You got a D tackle at 2, D tackle at 3, edge rusher at 4. You got another D tackle at 6, D tackle at 8, D tackle at 9. So it's a very strong defensive line class, which we could use some defensive line help, especially if we don't resign some players. We currently have the 9th overall pick, and we're projected to take Cooper Barden, who's a speed rusher, deep tackle from Boise State. We still don't know much about these guys, but I think once we get to mid-season, we'll get to know these guys a little bit more because we'll have these guys a little bit more scouted. But for right now, we're just going to continue to just look at this mock draft, and then next week or maybe next episode, we'll get to know these guys a little bit more. But before we go ahead here and do some weekly strategy, let's go ahead and go over what happened last week in the NFL. Taking a look here at the weekly recap, see what happened in the last week of the NFL. If you remember last week, we did beat the Cowboys, so we're probably going to get recapped on that. Yep, Cowboys were 1 and 3. We were also 1 and 3 heading into this game, and it was a big. I would say it was an upset. The Cowboys were definitely a better team overall-wise, but we were just the better team that day. Justin Fields threw 3 touchdowns in a 24-20 victory over the Cowboys. Go ahead and check it out. It was a pretty insane game. But let's look at some of the other games around the NFL. As we have the 3 and 1 Broncos, who are facing this week against the 2 and 2 Philadelphia Super Bowl champion Eagles. As you can see there, Saquon Barkley makes a ton of moves there in space, and the Eagles win 49-35. Absolute shootout. That was essentially every Bengals game last year, if you remember. It could be every Bengals game this year. I don't know. And then we have the 4-0 Patriots against the 2 and 2 Buffalo Bills AFC East matchup. This has huge implications for playoffs and seeding. As you see, Josh Allen there hit his receiver over the middle. That is Josh Palmer as they won this game 37-27 over the Patriots. So currently there is no undefeated teams in the AFC. I haven't checked the NFC yet, but there's probably a team that's undefeated. But that is it for the weekly recap. All right, we only suffer one injury, and it is to Isaiah Davis, currently our third-string running back. He has a turf toe, and this was a pre-existing injury. This happened last week. Andre Cisco, actually a few weeks ago. He's going to be missing this game with a broken finger. So Isaiah Oliver, again, will start there at free safety for us. So we're going to be a little thin at running back heading into this game. But maybe we make a signing for this game. We'll see. Maybe he misses 2 weeks and we need to just sign an extra running back just in case. But yeah, those are the only injuries. All right, our first upgrade here is for Jermaine Johnson, who's had himself a solid little season so far. He did go up a superstar there in the preseason, but he's pretty good at power moves. He's got good block shedding, 77 player. I want his player to get up a little higher, so we're gonna go, I guess, run stopper would upgrade his player. So he's gonna head up to an 82 overall here, as he will get +2 to awareness, +3 to block shed, and +1 to hit power. All right, and that gets him up here to 83 block shed and 83 power moves. He's ranked the 14th edge rusher, so he's still got a little bit of ways to go, but with that superstar dev, it should help his progression there a little bit. All right, we have an upgrade here for the rookie right tackle, Armand Membo. He's got pretty good all around here. Maybe his run block isn't the best, so I think we're going to go power, which is going to upgrade run block the most. So he gets up to an 82. He's at +2 with morale. He gets +1 impact block, pass block, run block, and +2 pass block power. Okay, I would like a little bit more run blocking in there, but he's got 88 lead block, 87 pass block, a little bit of boost here for our weekly strategy. But my Mumbo, he's been pretty solid. I don't think he's allowed a single sack this year. Maybe he has. I don't know. And then we have the wide receiver, Arian Smith here. I want to get him some playing time because he does have that hidden dev. He's got pretty good speed, 94 speed. But the thing is, he's just got really bad hands. 76 catching is not good. He's got some decent route running. But he's more of a, speed guy. Look, you got to be a little bit more than that. But in Madden, speed is pretty much, if you have good speed, you can really just be any overall and you'll be really good. But I definitely am trying to get his catching up. So slot's going to be the upgrade for him here, as he gets a +2 to awareness and +1 to medium in short. So no catching upgrades, but he gets a little bit better there in the intermediate short parts of the field with his route running there. But I believe that is about all we have heading into this Broncos game. The Broncos have 3 injuries to their fullback, Mike Burton, injury to Alex Singleton, and then tight end Adam Troutman's injured. That should be all we have to go over before we get into this game. So let's go ahead and let's beat the Broncos. Here we are. We are here in Tottenham Hotspur, England. Our first London game of the series here. And we got the Broncos, so no team really has the home field advantage here. I think Tim Tebow did play for the Jets for a little bit. So this is the Tim Tebow Bowl, obviously the most well-known Broncos Jets player of all time. I can't really think of any, but maybe did Brandon Marshall? I think maybe Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, and the receiver both played for the Jets and Broncos. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like there's somebody else who's definitely played for both teams. But let's kick that all the way to the side of the curb here, and now we will start this game receiving it here from Will Lutz. All right, here first snap of offense here. We're going to try with a run. We have the second best running game in the league. Let's try to use it to our advantage here as we get 9 yards. And we have 2nd and 1 here. We're going to hit, I believe that's Lazard. That was a bad throw, inaccurate. Almost picked off by Pat Surtain. 3rd and 1. We're going to try with a run here. Breece Hall, they snapped that out all the way. That's a loss of 2. That's going to be a 3-and-out for our offense. He's probably having himself a really good season. He's probably up for MVP conversations if they have the second best passing offense and the best scoring offense. But as they start with a 4-yard rush there to the new J.K. Dobbins. It's play action. Nix rolls right. Bo Nix has got enough speed. He's chased down by Williams. Fumble! And it's recovered. Covered by Evan Ingram. It was recovered there by Evan Ingram, the former Jaguar. That's another new addition to this Bronco offense here. As it's going to be underneath for a gain of 6. All right, 1-yard rush by Dobbins here makes it 3rd down and 3 for Denver. What are they going to do? They're going to pass it. It's a quick one. Cortland Sutton catch that. How does Sherwood not somehow make a play on that ball? And 4 underneath Sutton again. Some more yards. Nation 5 wide here. It's a QB draw to Bo Nix. He's just going to dive there for 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4. Nix got time. Nix outside to Dejon Vele, who they actually traded in real life to the Saints. Speaking of cuts, actually, Makai Corley got cut by the Jets in real life, so that's a huge difference here from our franchise in real life. He's going to be a yard short, as Corey's our wide receiver 3 in this franchise, but I don't know. It's kind of cool to see who makes the team in real life versus our Madden franchise here. Is nice tackle. Stops him short of the end zone. That was the rookie safety Malachi Moore from Bama makes the nice play there. So he's going to be on the field here in some of these goal line packages, as that's the easiest touchdown ever for J.K. Dobbins. The first to score. Defense just couldn't get any penetration there. QB rushing stat leaders. Justin Fields is leading the league in QB rushing yards, over 100 more than the next closest guy, Lamar Jackson, 2nd. So Fields having himself pretty good rushing season so far. Needs to get some of the passes down pat here, as he has a wide open tight end. Mason Taylor holds on. The rookie from LSU gets a nice catch for the first down. Garrett Wilson's wide open. Fields lays it in there. What a throw by Fields. Now we got it at the 4. What a play by Fields. Saw him a little bit late there, but still made the throw. That's first to go from the 8 here. They're going to give it to Breece Hall. Can't get anything going. Second goal from the 5 here, as Fields will roll out. Fields is sacked on 2nd down. I can't take a sack like that. I kind of panicked there. Oh, shit. It's now 3rd and goal from the 17 here. We're going to take this to the end zone. It is caught by Josh Reynolds. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Josh Reynolds makes the catch in the end zone. I think that's his first touchdown of the season. It doesn't matter. 3rd and goal from, first and goal from the 2 or 3rd and goal from the 17. Fields is going to make that throw. He's made some impressive throws on this drive. Nice catch there by Josh Reynolds. And we're going to tie this game here in London. Nevis's kick is good, and we have tied it here 7 apiece in Tottenham Hotspur. You guys like my little British accent or English accent? Thought I'd just whip it out a little bit. Kind of have to. We're in England. Or London, whatever. J.K. Dobbins jukes out a defender there. Spins out a defender. Jesus Christ, he's turning into what he could have been. Got a feel for J.K. Dobbins, dude. Injuries have so far killed his career, but he's finally healthy last year at the Chargers. Had a great season. Now he's here with the Broncos, as Nix absolutely sails that. That was awful. Or something. 2nd and 10. It's a screen, and we sniffed that all the way. Nice play there by Tony Adams from his safety spot. Punt would be nice here, as Nix throws underneath. Dobbins will be out of bounds. Brandon Stevens will make it 4th and 8, and it's going to be a punt here. Back out on offense here. Rushing stat leaders. Breece Hall is currently 3rd in the league in rushing yards. Yeah, our offense has been ground heavy to start the season. But I think with Breece Hall, he doesn't have the carries as Henry or Saquon, but he's got the yards though. He's very efficient with his runs. So we have 1st and goal handoff here to Breece Hall, as Breece Hall will get 9 there on the carry. So looking at Garrett Wilson there, just couldn't beat corner there. We're gonna run it here on 3rd and 1. And off Breece Hall. Breece Hall will get the first down. Gain of 9 there on 3rd and 1. Extends this drive. 1st and 10 here. We're going to do a screen here to Breece Hall, as there was not a single blocker out there. Greenlaw lays Breece Hall out. It's going to be a big loss. We're going to motion him here outside. As Fields pressured again, that's going to be another incompletion. Broncos got there pretty quickly, and that's going to be another punt. First and 10, wide open Cortland Sutton. They're already in our territory. That's a run to J.K. Dobbins, takes it outside, breaks the tackle of Michael Carter, spins out a defender. Tony Adams saves a touchdown there. They pass the ball, so why run if they can just easily pass for 300 yards, as Evan Ingram will get 9 on the play. First and 10, handoff, Dobbins. I'm terrible at usering. I cannot use her at all. Right there. It's an RPO. Men's will lose to tackle Quincy Williams. That was that previous play. It's 3rd and 6. Bo Nix fires over the middle. He has an open Tyler Boyd. That's his 5th catch of the game already, and now they have it at the 4-yard line. It's 3rd and goal from the 2. Denver. They're going to motion Dobbins to the left. See what happens. Nix. Oh, outside. Wide open. Touchdown, Cortland Sutton. That was just too easy for Denver. Just too easy, and they're going to reclaim their lead. Here's Field, snaps it. Got that to Mason Taylor. Makes the catch through traffic. Gets it to the 43-yard line. 3rd and 2. Garrett Wilson, easy underneath pass, but there's a flag. It's going to be holding, guaranteed. And that's going to be holding on 3rd and 2. That's just the worst time to have a holding. It's Elijah Vera Tucker. Went from a 3rd and 2 conversion to a 3rd and 12 now. 3rd and 12 from the 41. Fields over the middle. Josh Reynolds. We're going to use a timeout here, 40 seconds. Maybe should have just gone hurry up. Probably should have just gone hurry up, honestly. Dobbins so far through almost 2 quarters has 9 rushes, 53 yards, and a touchdown. All right, that was the final play there of the first half. Denver currently is holding on to the lead here, 14-7, heading into halftime, and I believe they will get the ball to start. Now we have the halftime reports, everybody's favorite show. It's everybody's favorite halftime report going around the league. We got the Eagles on the road against the Giants. Jalen Hurts, who's a lefty, apparently. I see that a lot for some reason. The quarterbacks are always lefty, but that is besides the point, as the Eagles move to 4-2 with a 23-8 win over the Giants, who are starting Jackson Dart now. That's the only game. That's right, because we have an early game. So that's the only game that happened already. And so far, it's been pretty smooth sailing for the Denver offense. They've only had 1 punt offense. We gotta get some sustaining drives. We gotta stop the run, and we gotta stop Bo Nix. Bo Nix is currently leading the league in passing yards. You got Burrow 2, Josh Allen at 3, so he's having a great start to his 2nd season. RPO there. Marvin Mims spins, but his level doesn't matter. Gonna get the first. 2nd and 9, play action. Nix outside, caught by Ingram, inbounds. A 3rd and 7 after a 3-yard completion. Defense, this will be a good stop here. Start the second half. Fires outside. Never mind. It's caught. Marvin Mims, first down. Oh my gosh, dude. Can't get a stop on 3rd down, save our life. All right, 1st and 10, Denver. Nix outside, low and behind him. Nice play, Quincy Williams. 2nd and 10, rush to Dobbins, and we are finally starting to crack down on the run game. Loss of 1 there for JK. They have empty formation. We need Quincy Williams to get in there. We need to get some sort of pressure on Nix. Nix has all the time in the world. He's going to scramble. He's going to get the first down. Jesus Christ, dude. This defense is helpless. We run the ball so far. It's been gains of 1s and loss of 2, as Quinton Williams will not get the sack. Bo Nix got it out just in time. Would have been our first sack of the game. Instead, it's 3rd and 9. Come on. We need to stop on 3rd down. I believe they've converted almost every single 3rd down besides that 1. As Nick's underneath, Evan Ingram gets the first down. Jesus Christ, what are our defenders doing? We had a big stop by the defense here. We need a third down stop. Let's sack Bo Nix. We haven't gotten one yet. Nix outside, wide open, Evan Ingram, touchdown, Broncos. Never mind, forget I said anything. Defense, they've converted every single third down, I think, except one. And that third down conversion will give them a larger lead. It's now a 14-point game. Offense steps back down the field. We only have 25 yards rushing, which is very bad, especially considering we're in the third quarter. We're going to start with a run there. Breece Hall, loss of one. We currently only have 2 right now, so third down conversion here is going to be crucial as Fields will roll out. Justin Fields is going to scramble for it. Fields is going to get the first down barely. I thought he was going to get pushed back. Bullet, that's picked off. Tried to fit it in there, and that's interception, picked off by Dre Greenlaw. That throw just wasn't there, dude. Throw was not there. Maybe if we had 100 throw power, we could have made that in there, but that was just a really, really bad throw by me. Then really bad game overall as we make the play there. Nice play, Oliver. That's his 5th tackle. And we finally get a third down stop here. Let's see. We have 3 receivers to the right with Ingram in the slot. Fires over the middle. Intercepted by Oliver. Overthrew Cortland Sutton. And Isaiah Oliver, who's in place for Andre Cisco, gets the interception. No points for Denver. It's another really bad miss by Nix. He's had a few bad misses today, and that one's going to be the worst of them all. Second and 8, we have a wide open Jeremy Ruckert. He was uncovered. Jeremy Ruckert, the backup tight end, gets a huge 28-yard play. They just forgot about Ruckert there. That's going to be a chain mover conversion. We're going to hit Breece Hall there out of the backfield, who will move the chains. Jeremy Ruckert again on the second catch of the drive underneath for 8 yards. All right, we're going to try a counter play to Breece Hall. Breaks the tackle. Breece Hall. Biggest rush of the day there is 10. That's going to move the chains. Take a break, and Braylon Allen's in the game. Could have thrown it there. Braylon Allen. Fields try to scramble. Justin Fields will lose 2 there on the scramble. 2nd and 12. We hit Garrett Wilson, who holds on the ball, gain of 6. 5.5 minutes left. As Fields is sacked. Sack number 3 for Denver. And that makes it where we kind of have to go for it here. Field goal will essentially do us nothing. 4th and 12. Fields rolling right. Fields is sacked. Just couldn't get away from Nick Bonito, and that's going to be a big play there. Tried, I don't know, dude. Everything was locked down. Game. As play action, Nix has time over the middle. Nice play, Sauce Gardner. Chance defense, 3rd and 7. Let's have Bo Nix just sail this route. It's a screen to J.K. Dobbins. We're all there. 4th and 11. And we're going to get this ball here with a little over 4 minutes. Only the short routes that are open. As we get that to Garrett Wilson, makes the catch there, 1st down. 1st and 10 here. Fields underneath. Xavier Gibson breaks the tackle, and Gibson makes his first catch of the game. Here we're going to go hurry up. Fields will scramble. Justin Fields slide at the 50. Going to go hurry up again here. Touchdown here before the 2-minute warning there. That's the screen. Breece Hall. Breece Hall's got good blocks. Breece Hall all the way to the 24-yard line. That puts Fields over 200 yards on the day. 3rd and 10. Tight end Mason Taylor again, who breaks the tackle. Mason Taylor stays up. Mason Taylor down to the 11. Fields rolling left. Fields gets that out. 3rd and 10 here. Fields is going to scramble. Justin Fields will fumble the ball. And they recover. And that's the game right there. Fields fumbles the ball. Awesome. He gets hit once and then everybody hits him. Look. We could be down. Could we be down there? Juke out. Yeah, he gets hit by 3 different... Yeah, that's a fumble. That's a clear fumble, and that's the game. You're 3rd and 7. They're going to pass. Nix over the middle, wide open. Tyler Boyd, that's the game. But there is a flag. There is a flag here. It's going to be a legal block in the back on Broncos. Makes it 3rd and 5. Down. 3rd and 5. Nix has time underneath. Caught, but yards short. We have a little over a minute left. It's looking very unlikely, but you never know. We could get a punt return touchdown here. Malachi Corley can do something. We've seen him get big-time punt returns. I believe that was Xavier Gibson. Never mind. Xavier Gibson's been doing that stuff. You've seen that with the Bills game there, as we're going to have good field position at the 42. We're going to have to score pretty quickly. Motion Breece Hall over the middle. Garrett Wilson holds on. Fields rolls out right. Fields, we're going to just throw it up here. Mason Taylor can't hold on. Didn't help with the offensive line. Didn't really block that well. And that was it was a game of all time for sure. We lost 21-7 there. And we're going to move to 2-4 on the season. 2-4, not a great start. Okay, we'll look at our stats here. Justin Fields, 21 of 35, 236 yards, a touchdown, and a pick overall. I mean, he had two turnovers there. We only ran the ball 7 times with the Breece Hall. It's because when we did run the ball on 1st and 10 or whatever, it would be a loss of 2. We were down the entire game. Not a very good running game. Garrett Wilson, though, led the team with yards, 64 yards, 5 catches. 5 catches for Mason Taylor. Josh Reynolds had the only passing touchdown. Sacks, 3 sacks led by Ramon Bembo. I don't think he's allowed a single one all season, and he allows 3. Most of those, I would say some of those weren't really his fault. That one where we got sacked by Cooper on that 4th and 10, I was just trying to do the most. Don't really blame him there. A lot of guys with double-digit tackles, 5 TFLs, Quincy Williams, 2 for Sauce and Nadi, a bunch of guys with 1. No sacks. We did get interception, though. Pass deflection for Gardner and Williams. Forced fumble for Adams. Didn't recover it, though. Didn't get to attempt a single field goal. Punting was averaged 35 yards per punt, which is really bad. Thomas had some kick returns, punt returns. Yeah, just overall not a very exciting game. Not really very many highlight plays. All right, coming out of this game, we do have an upgrade here for Sauce Gardner. He's pretty good at everything. He's got good man, good zone, good player, good press, good speed, but he's got really bad tackling. And I think that's something I want to get up. But which one upgrades tackling? Okay, we're going to go slot here for Sauce Gardner. His tackling is really bad. I want to get that up. As he gets +5 to tackling, that's pretty good there. And now he's up to 59. That's really the only thing I think he has to work on. I'm fine with him having these attributes. I just need to get his tackling in at least the mid-60s. And then we have an upgrade here for the veteran linebacker Quincy Williams. This is probably the last upgrade he's going to get. So we're just probably going to go pass coverage here because it takes 25,000 for an upgrade. So we're just going to go pass coverage here. He gets +2 man and then +3 to zone. He's currently the number 7th ranked weak side linebacker. All right, and fortunate enough for us, we have the 0-6 Carolina Panthers here in week 7. But first, we'll check out the weekly recap, see what happened around the league. All right, now we are going to the Chargers-Dolphins game. Both teams went in this game at 3-2. As we see Tua handoff to Devon Achane, who runs over the defender and stiff arms a guy. As they coast to a 28-14 win here over the Justin Herbert-led Chargers. Battle of the 2021 draft class? I don't remember. 2020 2020 draft class. Anyways, Dolphins win. We have the 3-2 49ers here at the 3-2 Bucks. We played the Bucks earlier and they beat us. As that does not look to be the case this week, as San Fran puts up 35 in a 35-28 victory. Mayfield put 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, just wasn't enough against that 49ers offense. And that is it for your weekly recap. All right, we have our first draft story. It looks like Oklahoma tight end Colin Ross had the play of the weekend in college. We're not really looking at any sort of tight ends. I think Mason Taylor's been good, has been pretty solid for us. But I guess we'll take a look at Colin Ross. He's a 6'5", 255-pound tight end from Oklahoma. He is 22. He has great to elite speed, good to great strength. He looks like a pretty good athlete so far, and he's got B break tackle, A medium route running. But with Mason Taylor, who's been a pretty good tight end for us, not really looking at a tight end, especially with the other needs around our team. So I guess we'll keep him on. We'll keep a lookout for him. But the Panthers are 0-6 currently. They have the third worst passing offense, ranked 29th. They have the 30th best passing offense. But rushing offense though is ranked 7th. And their scoring defense is actually worse than ours, and so is their pass defense. So yeah, you can see why they're 0-6. They're kind of like us a little bit, except they're worse. They have a really good run game. We have a really good run game, but everything else about them is not good, not very good. But we at least have 2 wins. Panthers 0-6, so I would say we are favorites in this game. It's a home game. We're gonna need a win after that 21-7 loss in Denver offense. We need to perform. We need to perform here in the big moments. But we'll do a weekly strategy here, and then we'll see if hopefully nobody gets injured. All right, coming out of practice here, we'll have one injury, but it's a big one. Azariah Thomas, who's played a little bit on defense. He's mainly been a special teams guy so far, but we're going to be without him today. He's got a PCL sprain. So we only have 5 corners on the roster, so we're only going to have 4 now. But now it seems that Andre Cisco will be back, so he'll be taking his spot back over Isaiah Oliver, who had an interception last game. But I think Cisco's been better. But we have some upgrades here for some of our guys. We actually have a lot of upgrades for some key players here. We have an upgrade here for Olu, so we'll do that. All right, looking at some stats, you can just kind of really go anything here. Everything's kind of like in the same range, so we're gonna go power here. Boost his overall. He's up to a 78, +1 with morale. He gets +2 to awareness. Run block power, +1 to pass block, and +1 to run block. So a nice little upgrade there. Now we have an upgrade here for Will McDonald. He's pretty much just a pass rusher. 72 block shedding isn't amazing. He's 69 strength. That seems pretty low for a lineman here. We're gonna try to make him. We're gonna try to make him a little bit more rounded here. We're gonna go run stopper. He's gonna get +1 awareness, block shedding, and then +2 to tackling. Here we have an upgrade for the injured Azariah Thomas. If you guys know, the big thing about him is he's not very fast, 86 speed, but I don't think it's been an issue when he's played. But we primarily played zone coverage, so I don't think speed matters as much in zone as it does in man. But he's a pretty good press corner. I want to get his man coverage up. I also want to get his tackling up, so I think we're just going to go slot for Azariah Thomas there, as he will get +2 to man, +2 to tackle, +1 to pursuit, +1 to zone. Exactly what I wanted there. Some man coverage and tackling. He's now got 74 man coverage. An upgrade here for Fedarian Mathis. Not really too invested in this guy. I mean, he mainly comes in on rundown situations, so we're just probably going to go nose tackle him. He does substitute a little bit in there if Noddy or Williams gets hurt. But he's going to get +1 block shedding and +3 to tackle. And we have an upgrade here for Brady Cook, the rookie from Missouri. His stats don't look good, but he's got speed. Um, he, we're gonna go field general. Just need to get some of those accuracy ratings up. He's up to a 63. He'll get +1 to play action, accuracy deep, and accuracy short. And those are all the upgrades we have for this week. So our only injuries is Azariah Thomas, but the Panthers will have 3 injuries heading this game. They'll have Jonathan Brooks. They're going to be missing their starting center and then starting left guard. So they're going to have 2 backup interior linemen here. So hopefully that should mean Quinn Williams should get some pressure and finally have a multi-sack game. I think he might have only one, but for being like a 96, 95, we got to get him more. We got to get him. He needs to be a little bit more productive here. But we'll jump into this game, final game of the episode against the 0-6 Panthers. Here we are in East Rutherford, and it is downpouring. Love rain games. We had one earlier this year against Miami, and we lost. So we're 0-1 in rain games. But this time we are going to run the ball against this team. They're missing their 2 interior linemen. They are missing their center and their left guard. Quinn Williams should feast. I have a good feeling about this game. Panthers. It says they're 0-6, but that doesn't really matter in the NFL. It's any given Sunday. Anybody can beat anybody. The 0-6 Panthers could beat whoever's the best team in the NFL in this franchise easily. But we are looking to get back on the winning column. Panthers are looking to just get their first win in general. And we will kick this ball off to Carolina. All right, and Bryce Young will take the field. Career stats, he has 6,000 career passing yards, 31 touchdowns. Panthers are currently 0-6. All right, look at Adam Thielen there, slide. He actually just got traded to the Vikings like a few hours ago as I'm recording this, so that's pretty cool. Nice little reunion there. Bryce Young's got all the time in the world as an open Jatavian Sanders. Former Texas tight end picks up 33 on the first completion. 2nd and 6 now. Young's got time. Will sail, and it's intercepted. Brandon Stevens, back-to-back interceptions. Bryce Young's trying to chase him down. Does he have the speed? He will. Pass absolutely sailed his intended target. It's picked off by the former Raven. Brandon Stevens, that's our 3rd turnover force this season. And we get one here in back-to-back games. Look at that. It's awful. You can't even tell where the ball is, but that was intended for Xavier Legette. Bryce Young had Derek Canati all over him. Forced the bad pass, and it is Jets ball. You have Derek Brown, who is a monster, but it doesn't matter because Breece Hall will pick up 9 on that first carry. Let's see what we're going to do here. Breece Hall is wide open at the backfield. Breece Hall, how do we not get in the end zone? Well, Fields didn't absolutely toss that ball 500 yards in the freaking air. That would have been a touchdown. Somehow we do not score, but Braylon Allen's into the game. 3rd and goal from the one. We just need a yard. How do we not score? We are going to go for it. We're going to pass it here. We're going to hope Garrett Wilson can win. 1-on-1. Garrett Wilson will hold on through traffic. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson had the defender all over him, but makes the nice catch. Fields to Wilson. It was going to Garrett Wilson either way. I mean, Dane Jackson, I think, is on the coverage, never turned his head around for the ball. And that's going to give us the first points of the lead, or of the game. All right, Panthers back on an offense after the interception turned into points for us. Let's see how they will start this second drive, and we're there with Derek Nottie, loss of 1. This is probably a pass situation here. The thing you do not want, in a heavily raining game like this one, as Quinnen Williams beats the backup left guard instantly, and he brings down Bryce Young. Like I said, we need Quinnen Williams to have a monster game against some of their backup interior linemen. He makes one there on 3rd down, and that's going to be a Panther punt. Fields still in the lead with QB rushing yards, still over 100 more than the next guy. 2nd down 7. Fields is going to roll right. Justin Fields as an open. All right, that was I thought he was going to keep running. He didn't. Here, obviously it's really rainy. As we're going to outside, Garrett Wilson incomplete. That's going to be a punt. And it's 3rd and 9. It's going to be a low-scoring matchup here. As Young has Quinnen Williams in his face as McMillan slipped. Maybe resulting there in not him getting the first down as the rookie makes his first catch and Bryce Young's down on the ground. He was hit by a 300-pound D tackle. And that's going to be another punt. All right, here, 1st and 10. And off Breece Hall. Breece Hall's got space. Breece Hall bounces it out to the right side. Breece Hall is going to go untouched in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. First play of the drive. That was some great blocking by Allen Lazard. Blocks the safety. Breece Hall reads it. It cuts it out to the right, and he's in the end zone. Second touchdown of the first quarter for the Jets. And if we can run the ball this easily, dude, this game's gonna be a blowout. Breece Hall gets his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And that's going to give us a 2-score lead now. Panthers offense comes out onto the field facing an early 14-0 deficit. We'll see if they can establish some sort of run game as they're going to give it to Chuba Hubbard. Stiff arms Michael Carter and will get the first down. Last year's Avery Leggett. It's now 2nd and 10 here. They're going to snap the ball. Bryce Young. Rolling left. Bryce Young's got so much space. Not a Jet defender near. And that's going to be a first down. And that's going to be a big run by Bryce Young heading into this second quarter. 2nd and 10. Young is sacked again. Quinnen Williams to kick off this second quarter brings down Bryce Young for the 2nd time. It's hard to run plays, deep passing plays, especially in downpour as it is right now. But they kick the screen off to Hubbard, who will get 10 of those yards back. What will Carolina do here? It's going to be an RPO to Tet McMillan, who slipped for the 2nd time, and it's going to be another short pass. Marks some yards short, and the Panthers are going to punt. They should 100%. They're down 14 already. I get it's the second quarter, but all right, they're going to punt. Maybe they get a good bounce, and they will not. And we're going to start at the 20-yard line. That was a net punt of 16 yards. Breece Hall, that one run gave him over 500 yards on the season, halfway to 1,000. 2nd and 7 here. Play action. Fields is going to be sacked. That's their first play for the Panthers. It's Nick Scorton, the rookie from Texas A&M, will drop Fields for a loss. We're going to launch this deep. Garrett Wilson, and it's overthrown by Fields. It's a tough pass in the rain, but damn, that's a missed opportunity there, and that's going to be a punt. Let's put some points up this drive here. It's 1st and 10. Bryce Young evades the defender, throws it towards Leggett. It's incomplete. Nice play there by Andre Cisco. 2nd and 10 here. Young outside. McMillan makes the grab. 3rd and 3 for Carolina. Can we make a stop here? They have both their backs, Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. They're going to motion Hubbard. But it's a screen of Rico Dowdle, and we are not faked at all. Bryce Young just couldn't get the pass off on that screen because we send a blitz after him. And that's going to be, looks like they're going to go for it, actually. Looks like they're actually going to go for it here on 4th and 3. They have I formation. They have Dowdle in at fullback. See what they're going to do. It's a give. Hubbard jukes left. Hubbard breaks the tackle, and Hubbard gets the first down. It's a hard-fought first down. We're going to have Dowdle at fullback. This time it's play action, but they'll get it to Thielen. Breaks the tackle. Gain of 8. Dowdle! Down goes Quinnen Williams. That's sack number 3 on the day. 3 sacks already in this first half for Quinnen Williams. He's on pace for 6 sacks so far. We needed him to step up, and he is stepping up in a huge way there. Now makes it 2nd and long for Carolina. as Bryce Young has time. Bryce Young's going to scramble, and he's going to get the first down. 3rd and 9 here. Defense, we need to stop. Bryce Young is sacked, fumbles the football, recovered by Jermaine Johnson. Sacked by Quincy Williams. Bryce Young turns the ball over again, and we will get the ball back. Panthers offense will get no points on that drive. Quincy Williams got in there on the linebacker blitz. Bryce Young couldn't hold on, recovered by Jermaine Johnson. That's our second forced turnover of the game. And I think that's our fourth or fifth on the season altogether. So we have as many turnovers this game as we had all season, just in this first half. So we're going to start with a run here. Bryce Young, Barrett Tucker, just move out of the way, you fat piece of shit. 2nd down and 8. Fields breaks the sack and fumbles the ball again. Nobody is getting open on these passing plays whatsoever. Everybody is slipping. Jesus Christ, cannot pass the ball at all. Everybody's not getting open or they're just slipping. And we're pressured. We're going to have to launch that here. Alan Lazard can't make the catch. Try climbing the ladder and we'll drop it. It's going to be another punt by our offense. Dude, they were getting here like instantly. My God, John Simpson and Olaf Luciano beat instantly. They get beat instantly on every 3rd down. Swear to God. I'm just not even going to pass it at all anymore. Oh my God, Quinnen Williams again! Completely unblocked somehow. And that brings down Carolina's quarterback, Bryce Young, again. I believe that's his 4th sack. He's absolutely on fire, having himself a career game. 2nd and 16, Bryce Young. This time we'll have time, but it's dropped by Xavier Legette. We'll see if they can convert this one. 3rd and 16. Young is sacked again. Young is brought down by Will McDonald. 2nd sack of that drive. Huge play by the defense. Bryce Young's got to be hurting here. He's been getting hit like every single play. Breece Hall today has 7 rushes, 75 yards, and a touchdown. We're going to try to scramble with Justin Fields. Justin Fields has speed. Justin Fields, get down. We're going to call a timeout. Justin Fields gets a big run. He really didn't have any running opportunities last game. We'll get a big one there. That's 1st and 10 here. Fields is going to scramble again. Fields will scramble for the 2nd time. We're going to slide again. Going to call a timeout here. Don't want to try to force anything. We're going to kick the field goal, and we're going to take our points here. Mevis' field goal is going to give us a 17-0 lead here. We'll take a field goal here. I'm feeling really good up 17-0 right now. And that's it for the first half. We have been so far dominating this game. 17-0. Panthers have gotten nothing on offense. Bryce Young has been sacked at least 5-6 times. They have 2 turnovers. It's been all Jets defense. As we go to the halftime report here, we have the Rams on the road against the 2-4 Jaguars. We see Trevor Lawrence, former number 1 overall pick, launches it deep, and it's caught by Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars will win 17-3. Jimmy Garoppolo in place for the injured Stafford. And Travis Hunter, the unicorn, will score there. We have the 4-1 Steelers on the road against the division rival Cincinnati Bengals, who are 2-4. We'll check out Rodgers, hands it off. Caleb Johnson hurdles a defender into the end zone. Steelers win 17-10 over the Bengals and Joe Burrow. As Steelers move up to 5-1, we have another surprise team here in the AFC. 5-1 Raiders, 4-2 Chiefs. This game could get chippy, but as Sweet Mahomes gives it to Pacheco, who jukes left, and the Chiefs are up big, 28-7 at halftime. Mahomes with 3 passing touchdowns in the first half. It's looking like a blowout here in that AFC West division matchup. Look around the league here. Philadelphia's up 21-6 over Minnesota. Dolphins again, also up 17-0 over the Browns. And it's been our defense and it's been Quinnen Williams and Breece Hall and Justin Fields on the ground dominating this game. It's been all Jets here, and hopefully we can continue second half, dude. I don't see us losing this game. Fields, yeah, passing wise we are 2 of 7, but we have 17 points. It's absurd. Bryce Young 6 of 12. He's been sacked a lot, but we need more of that in the second half here if we're gonna hold on. Second down and 11. Fields tries to scramble. We're going to get sacked. That's their 3rd sack. There's been 9 sacks in this game. And that's the rookie from Ole Miss. Here, we're going to do a draw. I mean, there's no way we pick up a 3rd and 16, so we'll try to run here. Breece Hall, and never mind. That's going to be a flag anyways. So we had no chance at even completing that with the pass. Try to run. Didn't matter. Still held. Actually, a legal block in the back on Allen Lazard, and now we're going to have to punt here. 6 sacks, 2 turnovers. We've gotten, I want to say, 10 points off those turnovers. Bryce Young has all the time in the world. Chuba Hubbard slips. Still gains 8 yards. 3rd and inches for Bryce Young. It's a QB sneak. I mean, it's pretty obvious what they're going to do here. And we stop them. Derek Nottie stops the QB sneak on 3rd and inches. They're going to try it again here. 4th and inches. Can they convert? Young, short, to incomplete for Tet McMillan. That pass had really no chance. Tried to get out very quickly. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Panther offense. Swing pass here to Breece Hall, who will be lit up by Trayvon Merrick. It's going to be a yard short. Breece Hall on the day is 12 rushes, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Just need a yard here, and we will get that yard, just barely. Moving the chains. 3rd and 9. RPO, Lazard. Thought they were going to crash on the run there, but they won't. 4th and 5. And they're going to have us punt. 4th and 5. It's going to be a long field goal. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll punt it here. We're going to be kicking it off here. Come on. And there's a flag. And we're going to down it, but there's a flag. We'll see what it is. Illegal block in the back. We're going to accept that. The Panthers now will have the ball at the 1. Finally, we down to punt inside the 10. And the Panthers will have to go 99 yards here. We'll see. Bryce Young underneath. Jatavian Sanders gets 3. Panthers offense has been completely shut down here. As Young underneath Thielen, that's going to be yards short. Quincy Williams with the tackle. And they're going to have to punt it here. 4th and 2 from their own 9. Panthers. Oh, man. Not a good one for the Panthers here. Gibson's going to be able to return it. Starting from their own territory here as Gibson. We're going to start the drive at the 35-yard line. 3rd and 1. And Breece Hall up the middle. Keeps this drive alive. That's going to put him over 100 yards there. 1st and 10. Another give. Hall and Tittman got completely decimated there by T.J. Wharton. 2nd and 13, another rush, Breece Hall. Loses 2, but that keeps the clock moving. We have the wind coming at our backs. Pushing us, coming from our... Mevis, kick hits the upright. Shit. Yeah, that was the rain. That was the rain there. The rain has really affected that kick. That was just poorly timed, dude. Why are we celebrating? We just missed the kick. Are our fans dumb? I mean, they're a fan of the Jets, so they have to have some sort of dumbness to them. Sorry to all the Jets fans out there. It's going to make it 3rd down and 11, dude. These running games are insanely difficult. 3rd and 10. Carolina. Bryce Young's got time. Finds technical underneath, and that's going to be a 3rd down conversion. I believe that is their first 3rd down conversion all day. And it comes here with 6:20 left in this third quarter. Bryce Young's got time, hit by Jermaine Johnson, but will get the ball out just before they're going to try for it on 4th and 11. That was, if you're going to go for it on 4th and 11, why run the ball? At least try to get like a screen or something, but it's 4th and 11, launching it deep, dropped. Sauce Gardner made a play on the ball very late, but it's incomplete anyways. We're up by 17. There's no point of getting Breece Hall banged up and hurt, so Braylon Allen's going to be out here for the rest of this game, as he will get a big run there. Big run of 15 yards. Another give. Braylon Allen up the middle. Braylon Allen. Another big run there for the first down. 10, handoff. Braylon Allen gets outside. Braylon Allen will be short. Absolutely mollywop by Trayvon Merrick, but holds on to the ball and gets the first down. 2nd and goal here. RPO wide open is Josh Reynolds. They were not expecting the RPO there. And we're just packing on to this lead. Fields' 2nd passing touchdown. This one is Josh Reynolds, the veteran wide receiver. Gives us a 24-0 lead. All right, Neal ends the game, and we shut out Carolina 24-0. We'll move to 3-4 on the season. Carolina moves to 0-7, still seeking their first win. As it was not a pretty game, although it looks like we had a really good game. It was mainly through the ground and turnovers. But it's that's a much needed win. I really needed an easy game. I didn't want to have this game be competitive. We'll check out stats here. This is probably the weirdest stat line I've ever seen. Fields went 5 for 10, 17 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He had a long pass of 4. I mean, hey, when you don't really need to pass the ball, it's my type of game. Breece Hall, 19 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Braylon Allen had 6 carries for 38 yards at the end of the 4th. Justin Fields ran the ball 3 times, 36. Isaiah Davis was in for 1 play, but got no yards. Receiving-wise, Garrett Wilson, 2 catches, 5 yards, and a touchdown. Led the team. Josh Reynolds had the other touchdown. Sacks allowed, 2 sacks allowed from Olu Fashanu, 1 for the tight end Mason Taylor. Tackles, 11 for Quincy Williams. TFLs, look at these TFL numbers. 4 for Quinton Williams, 2 for Will McDonald. Quincy Williams naughty with 2. 1 for Sherwood and Stevens. Look at these sack numbers. We needed Quinton Williams to have a major game, and he had probably the best game of his entire career. 4 sacks, sack for Will McDonald, Quincy Williams, and Derek Nottie. Interception for Brandon Stevens. Pass deflections, we had 3 for Gardner, 2 for Cisco, 1 for Adams, Stevens, and Carter. Forced fumble from Williams. Jermaine Johnson recovered it. Mevis did miss the field goal, but it didn't matter at all at the end of the day. McNamara averaged 37 yards per punt. Kick return on Isaiah Oliver returned it. Xavier Gibson got some returns. But that is the end of the game. Bryce Young finished less than 50% completion percentage at 147 yards, which is 130 more than Justin Fields, but Justin Fields had 2 touchdowns. So that's it. What an insane game. What a insane game. All right, as we advance here to Week 8, we will face the 2-5 Cincinnati Bengals, but we do have a weekly award winner, and what a shocker, it's Quinnen Williams with his 5-tackle, 4-sack performance. Gets some AFC Defensive Player of the Week. That's our first weekly award winner. Mahomes had it on the offensive side. He had 3 touchdowns, 233 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Jack Campbell with 11 tackles, a sack, forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. And now we're going to go against probably one of the best offenses in the league next episode. We have a bye week next week, so we're going to be going all the way to Week 10, where we'll play the Bengals and Browns. So we're going against the AFC North. It'll be an AFC North episode next episode, but that also means that we're going to have the bye week, and we're going to have trade deadline that day. So if we win or lose, it could depend on what we do. but we'll figure that out once we get to next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We had one of the worst games ever against the Broncos, and then we had one of our best games ever and blew out the Panthers 24-0. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Next episode will be, let's see here, today is Wednesday. Next Jets video will be hopefully Friday. So I'll see you guys Friday back here on Jets Dynasty, or Jets Franchise. Peace.